Hey, it's your boy, reviewing yet another mythic weapon. I figured I'd show this at the beginning of the video because this was my first ever test of this weapon, and I gotta say I'm a little bit blown away, so enjoy the clip, subscribe if you're new, and enjoy the rest of the video, so yeah.
Let me smash, please.
Alrighty boys, welcome back once again to another video. How you guys doing? Guys, today we're going to be taking a look at the Storm King Mythic Sword, known as the Storm King's Ravager, within Fortnite Save the World. This of course is the only Mythic Sword in the game, and if you guys do want to obtain this weapon, you can get it from the Mythic Storm King, which is power level 140 and can be found in Twine Peaks. If you guys are having any sort of struggle with this activity or are curious about any of the information concerning it, make sure to go check out some of my, more recent videos where I cover my first ever completion on the activity, and the other one where I have an entire guide on everything you need to know whenever it comes to loadouts, weapons, and tips and tricks whenever it does come to defeating the Storm King. It's a pretty difficult activity, but if you guys do want to get it done, it is definitely possible, so make sure to go check out those videos if you guys would like a guide to getting this weapon. But yeah guys, today we're going to be talking about the Storm King's Ravager. As you guys could see from that intro clip, we just one-hit a smasher with a heavy attack with this weapon, and it's pretty ridiculous. The guy was power level 140, didn't stand a chance whatsoever. This weapon's absolutely ridiculous. I honestly didn't think it was all that unique at first, but the more I've used it, the more I've realized this is practically the best sword in the game, like hands down. It's pretty insane. Before we do jump into it though, if you guys would like to support me, you guys could use my code demonjoefr at gfuel.com. You can use it on the cans, the tubs, the shaker cups, or anything like that, as it's 30% off. If you guys would like to support me, it's a fantastic way to do so. It's a company that I've stood by for a very long time now, and if you guys would like to pick any of it up, do consider using my code on their website, and I greatly would appreciate it. But yeah guys, let's go and jump into the video and talk about the Storm King's Ravager. So as you guys could see, we were able to one-hit that boss, or we were able to one-hit that smasher right at the beginning of the video. How exactly were we able to accomplish that? Well, first off, we need to go ahead and talk about the heavy attack that we used to actually do so. So the special attack that comes with the Storm King's Ravager is this. Hitting an enemy will empower the Storm Wave to shoot a piercing wave of energy, dealing 245% of weapon damage. This will stack up to 7 times and increase the width of the wave with each stack. And all stacks are removed on using Storm Wave or switching weapons. Basically what this means is that using the Storm King's Ravager and getting kills with either your basic attack or your heavy attack while you're in the air will allow you to add more stacks to the Storm Wave. The Storm Wave is whenever you use your heavy attack on the ground and you swing it forward, and a wave of like a noble launcher energy is going to come out of your weapon in the area that you're looking at. If you, like I said, if you do jump in the air and you use the heavy attack, you're just going to swipe forward like a spectral blade, but if you use it on the ground, that is where you are going to be using the Storm Wave itself. So of course, just how you would think it would work, every single kill that you get will make it stronger. So if you get 1 kill and use your heavy attack, it's going to be a really tiny laser, but if you get 7 kills and use your heavy attack, it is going to cover a huge area that is right in front of you. You will be able to mop up enemies right out of their spawns with this ability. It is absolutely ridiculous. The perks that I went with on this weapon is a crit rate, double crit damage, energy, and attack speed. This is a very good set of perks, as we are able to get 43% crit hit chance as well as 345% crit hit damage, but best of all, 0.4 seconds as our attack speed. This is a ridiculously fast attack speed for a melee weapon, especially when you're also able to get a full-blown crit build to go alongside it. It makes for an absolutely insane amount of damage output when using your basic attack, when using your heavy attack, and when just using the weapon in general. You get all the crits you could ever want and the attack speed at the same time as 2 different heavy attacks on this sword. It is pretty ridiculous, and like I said, you guys saw that in the intro clip, Smasher didn't stand a chance. The gameplay you're seeing in the background, the husks in general, just don't stand a chance whenever it comes to this weapon. If you guys are curious on the weapon loadout that I'm using Deadly Blade Crash, arguably the best melee ninja in the game. What she's going to allow you to do is every single time you hit an enemy with a crit, it is going to cause them to have major affliction ticks over time, dealing upwards of like 800,000 damage, per second. So it's really, really, really powerful. I use Deadly Blade Crash with Totally Rockin' Out, bringing down the house in Subwoofers, Assassination, Legendary Blade, and Rapid Charge. Bringing down the house is going to help me get Totally Rockin' Out with my, heavy attack, which is perfect for this blade. Subwoofers will allow me to eat them, swap to my sword, and then be able to get better crit rating because of that. Assassination and Legendary Blade are going to help me with my sword damage, and Rapid Charge would just allow me to, well, be able to use more of my energy. Something that this weapon does great is, like I said, it does have that Spectral Blade attack that you can use in midair, and it's really useful for racking up kills for your Storm Wave, and it's really useful for just moving around in general because you go a lot farther when using that heavy attack. So let's just go ahead and talk about the weapon in general. We talked about the perks, we talked about the loadout. How's the weapon looking in general? Well, I do have a little bit of footage here where, we did show that one hit of a smasher. I do have another piece of footage where I'm able to showcase the basic attacks of this weapon against an elemental smasher, and this is in the same lobby with the same people and, power level 140 and all that kind of stuff. And you're gonna see that, honestly, the basic attacks of this weapon completely eat up the smasher alive. I mean, we're already doing 25% less damage because it's energy on an elemental enemy, yet we are still able to just cut through this enemy like butter and then also clean up the rest of the enemies that are around him using the heavy attack. So I think it's pretty suffice it to say that the basic attacks on this weapon are pretty incredible, and that also combined with the attack speed of it is just going to allow you to melt through these enemies pretty much with complete ease. It's pretty ridiculous. So even when facing high health targets using strictly basic attacks, you are going to be able to get off a lot of kills with this. Now, as we've also talked about in this video, if you do jump up in the air and use your heavy attack, you will get a Spectral Blade type of attack from it. This will allow you to, negate fall damage if you're on any other character. This will allow you to teleport to enemies to get kills on them, allow you to get extra stacks of Storm Wave, and allow you to just get, hell of a lot of damage at a time just hitting enemies with this ability. It's a great side ability because this mythic sword has two heavy attacks, and they're both extremely strong, and they complement each other very well. After you get done using this aerial attack, which is called the Storm Strike, then you can finally, sit down on the ground after you get your 7 kills, use your, actual ability, your Storm Wave, and just clear out so many husks at a time. It is ridiculous. There is only one downside, a singular downside to the Storm Wave, maybe two. One of them is that it will ignite propane, and for this might be a deal breaker for anyone that had thought about using it in a trap tunnel. That is the only thing that I found is really kind of annoying. It also doesn't go through riot shields, which I thought to be kind of odd, but it does ignite propane, and that kind of sucks. I mean, I kind of expected it to. It is pretty powerful, so at the very least they could make it ignite propane because of how much that it is able to do. It's definitely on another level from the pistol, so to keep it from being entirely overpowered, I definitely understand where they're coming from. The only other downside that I noticed with this weapon is that you can't aim the laser vertically, you can only aim it horizontally. So if you are doing the slash, it is going to go out at a single level from the heavy attack. You can't arc it to go up, and you can't arc it to go down. So you might miss out on a few kills due to this, and you might need to position yourself in some weird ways to get this heavy attack off. But aside from that, I mean, those are the only two downsides that I can think of this weapon. It has got the best possible perks of any sword that you could ever want. A full crit build with good attack speed. It literally has 2 heavy attacks, both of which are the best heavy attacks in the game for swords. And it's just an all-around fantastic weapon whenever it comes to the base stats, the perks, and the heavy attacks. This is the best sword in the game, hands down, and you can't argue with that. There is no other weapon that will compete with the Storm King's Ravager on the level that it is on. No other weapon at all can even do that. You know, you can one hit power level 140 smashers without even really trying. Just use one hit on Deadly Blade Crash, just use one heavy attack, and then boom, an entire smashers just disappeared. So it's a pretty ridiculous weapon, by far the best sword in the game, and if you do end up getting this weapon, do not sleep on it. If you use it correctly, and you line up those storm waves, and you use your teleporting abilities in the air with your heavy attack to, you know, rack up those kills and stuff, if you use this weapon properly, you are looking at a ranged melee weapon that is like, it's literally a noble launcher mixed with the best sword in the game. Like, it's ridiculous. I don't know how to word this properly. It's just, it really blows my mind how strong this weapon is. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for me. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. I'm sorry if the commentary was a little bit messy, but it's just kind of hard to describe the Storm King's Ravager. It is a masterpiece of a sword whenever it comes to the stats, the perks, the fact that it has 2 heavy attacks, and the usability of it is just ridiculous. It is a noble launcher mixed with a spectral blade, put into mythic status with the best perks possible. It's the Storm King's Ravager. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I really do hope that you guys did enjoy this review, and I hope you guys have enjoyed, you know, any of the videos that have come out recently. I've really been having a good time here on YouTube making these videos for you guys, and I'm glad you guys have been enjoying watching them. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below about the Ravager. Let me know if, you know, if this is a weapon you're even excited about. Me personally, I'm still trying to get the assault rifle, so I'll have to wait till Wednesday to see if I can even, you know, remotely even pick it up. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. I greatly do appreciate it. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you did like it. Decide if you did not. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time.